Looking for a clean energy drink? Yeah, me too. That's why I partnered with Dubby. No sugar crashes, no weird ingredients, just clean, jitterless energy. Dubby energy drinks are perfect for workouts, gaming, podcasts, and those long days. 30 servings per tub, one scoop of energy that lasts. The best part is, it's about $1 per serving, way cheaper than those canned energy drinks. And they have over 19 amazing flavors to choose from. Use my discount code below and link in my bio and get yours today. All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of 1265 Unfiltered, episode 3. Thank you so much for being here and allowing me to be a part of your day. If you like the show, please share, subscribe, tell a friend. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, I did want to get into the Super Bowl here. I mean, this is a pretty insane matchup. Pretty good defenses, really good offenses. So let's get into that here. Right now, the spread's at 4.5 favoring Seattle. I like that for the Patriots. I like that for the Patriots a lot, but over and under is the big one here. 445.5. I got to be honest. Like I said, these are two great defenses, but I think that's going over. Personally, I mean, the way other Super Bowls have gone, some people might argue, but I think this is definitely going over 45. I'm going to take the over on that. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. But I did want to get into these quarterbacks, obviously. I have a look at some of my notes here. Yeah, Sam Darnold having the best year of his career. What a improbable turnaround for a career. Getting drafted by the Jets, not looking very good. There was a little bit of upside, but not looking very good. You go to the Panthers, little better, just little better, but no one really thought anything of Sam Darnold. And then he goes to the Vikings last year, and they does pretty well. Earns himself a big $100 million contract. And then he has the best year of his career now with the best team he's ever had. No offense to Minnesota, but yeah, I mean, look, 4,000 yards, 25 touchdowns. I don't like 14 interceptions. It's a little high for me, but 68 completion rate, 68% completion rate, I'm sorry. Pretty good. But led his team to 14-3, I mean, what can you say? I mean, amazing. I'm so happy for him. The interesting thing is he joined Tom Brady as the only quarterback to start a game with a touchdown on each of the first 4 possessions with 100% completions. That's pretty impressive. All right, my notes on Drake May here. Now these are more impressive. They were better than I even thought when I wrote these down, but it shocked me. I mean, he had 4,300, almost 4,400 yards, which was first in the NFL. He had 31 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, which is a pretty good ratio. He had 450 rushing yards and 4 rushing touchdowns. His passer rating led the NFL with 113.5, which is pretty damn impressive. Um, he also became the first quarterback in history to complete over 90% of his passes while throwing over 250 yards and 5 touchdowns in a single game. It was against the Jets, but impressive nonetheless. The other insane thing is didn't fully realize, like, I knew JSN, Jackson Smith and Jigba was having a great year. Like, obviously, who can miss that? But I didn't realize the stats he had until I wrote these stuff down. Dude, he had 1,800 yards and 10 touchdowns. That's insane. I didn't realize that. Like, I knew he was having a fantastic year, but I didn't realize he was at 1,800 yards on the year. That's freaking crazy. And then that one-handed catch he caught the last game and just stuck into his hand before he ran out of bounds was unbelievable. It literally just glued to his hand. Like, I was like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, I'm really interested in the Super Bowl. I think that I might go the Patriots, man. I love Seattle and I love the whole story with Sam Darnold and everything like that. Mike McDonald's done a great job over there, but I don't know. I think I would at least take the Patriots at 4.5 there for sure. Like, at the very least, I think it's not. I think it's going to be that close of a game. It's either the Patriots win or it's going to be that close of a game, in my opinion. The Patriots defense is awesome, and I mean, dude, if Drake May can do what he did the rest earlier in the season, like I know I made it in my last episode. I talked about how they had a really hard time scoring in the playoffs, which is true. They cannot score 15 or 16 points against this Seattle team and expect to win. They can't do that. They have to get back to what they were doing earlier in the year. But I have a hard time picking against this Patriots team right now. I don't know. I don't know. It's such a good game. I think it's such a good game, but I don't know. Something's telling me the Patriots. Something's just telling me pick. I mean, as a Packers fan, like I don't want to see that only because I don't want to be like they'll have 7 rings then, you know, right? They have six, I believe. Yeah. Patriots have six. I don't like they'll have seven and then we'll have four. You know what I mean? But that's the only thing. Otherwise, I kind of like this Patriots team. Seattle, I like some of their players, but I don't know. I think, man, this is gonna be an interesting game though. I want to know what you guys think in the comments. I would take that over on the 45, and I would take Patriots at 4.5. I really would. It could be they if they can win by a field goal. Seattle can win by a field goal. Yeah, I don't know. I would take the Patriots in that 4.5, man. Like I could see it being like within a field goal type of game or 4 points. I can easily see in that. I would take that 4.5. Man, I did want to touch on I've been seeing a lot on the internet. There's people who really think Jordan Love is average. Like, that's crazy, dude. Like, honestly, it's so ridiculous. There's only, to me, I started thinking about it and I'm like, it's the most insane thing I've ever heard in my life. Y'all really don't watch him, do you? Like, for real. The dude's a dog, bro. Like, for real. How can you sit there and say that? That to me, that means only three things. You're a Bears fan, you don't really watch him, or when you do watch him, you already go into it with a certain mindset and judgment. Because if you watched any Packers game with an open mind, without any bias, without any judgment, without anything, and actually just watch Jordan cook, there's just no way. There's just no way, dude. I mean, on top of he's was the number one quarterback in the league in EPA per play, which means he's the most efficient quarterback in the league. He's top. If even if you take that stat out, he's top five, top six in all other metrics. He was literally before for a good part of the season, he was in the top three favored to win MVP. So no, man, that's just crazy to me. I think y'all just don't watch him for real. Like that's the only other explanation to me. Y'all either go into it with a certain mindset to already kind of hate, or you just really don't watch him. There's just no way anyone can actually watch him and appreciate and be a fan of the game and be a student of the sport and just like watch him play and not think that dude's a dog and he has a lot of talent, bro. If although you're just crazy otherwise. Sorry, I had to get that off my chest a little bit, but yeah, I mean, other Packers news, they hired a new DB's coach, which is cool, but doesn't move the needle for me that much. I mean, yeah, it's cool. Some of our coaches have been leaving, so it's cool that they bring somebody in, and especially with Jonathan Gannon, who's going to run a lot of dime and stuff like a lot of DB formations. Like, yeah, I like it. It's good, but yeah, it's just yeah. I mean, there's not a lot going on in Peckerland right now. I mean, I could get into how I think Jordan Love. One, I believe this Packers team going into next year is obviously they were a Super Bowl contender this year, and I believe they obviously can definitely win the Super Bowl next year. As long as they stay healthy, man, we cannot keep getting derailed by injuries. We just can't. And you know what, man? If they can stay somewhat healthy, they can win the Super Bowl. I mean, look at the final four teams. I mean, there's two now, but when the final four teams, they were pretty healthy. Do you know what I mean? Like, you need that. Like people say, oh, injuries are an excuse. It's like to an extent, when you lose that many dudes, you know what I mean? You're just not that team anymore, bro. Like, look at the teams that are in it. They are way healthier. Yes, they have some injuries, but they are way healthier. I mean, it's just, you know what I mean? There's some outliers out there, but in general, you got to stay healthy, man. If you want to win the game, you want to win a bowl, you got to stay healthy as much as you can. You can't be having seven dudes tear knees. You know what I mean? You just can't. Not when they're like your major impact players. Other thing is next year, I really think getting into Jordan Love, he has real potential to win MVP. Jordan has real potential to win MVP because not only because of like just the eye test, the numbers that he has the talent and the stuff around him to do it. He has these flashes of moments, like especially in the second half of the year, November, December, which is when you want your guy to be good, by the way. But the second half of the year is usually when he turns it on. Toyotathon, all of that. If he can do even 80% of that for the first half of the year, he can easily win MVP. I mean, he was top three in voting for a good portion of the season there. He can definitely do it. I mean, when he's at his height, he's a top three quarterback in the league. It's just, yes, right now there's been too much fluctuations, whether some people believe that's Matt LaFleur being too conservative, holding him on a leash, yada yada and whatever. I mean, I think that's kind of bullshit a little bit. I don't think that's him holding him on a leash. I think that's just Matt trying to control the plays. You know what I mean? I mean, there could be some truth to it, but I don't really think that's the case, man. I think they could, you know what? I'll take that back for a second. They could just kind of treat him a little more like Brett Favre and just let it rip. There's times they let him do it. There's times they just let Jordan cook. You know what I mean? Like I felt like in that Dallas game, the game we tied, I mean, it was super high scoring. I felt like he let Jordan do his thing. That's one of the few times I'm say like that's where you kind of did notice that a little bit was like there's times like he just looks like he's just let him he just go. But on the games where that's not happening, I don't think that's Matt sitting on the sideline that I need to keep Jordan on a leash. You know what I mean? Especially this year. He didn't even turn the ball over much this year. He had three picks for a good portion of the season. So I don't really think maybe in the first 2 years he let he had a little bit of a leash on Love. I mean, like the mainstream media was all over it. Colin Cowherd and all of them were just like, yo, he needs to let Jordan just go. Which back then, I guess I could see it. I saw that more, but now I don't think that's the thing. Now I don't think Matt looks at Jordan Love now like I need to hold his hand. I don't think he knows what Jordan can do. I mean, look at the way he talks about him. Look at they wouldn't have given him that amount of money if they felt like they needed to hold his hand. Like, come on. Sorry, I needed some a little pick me up there. But again, I don't know what you guys think. Please let me know in the comments. You think Matt LaFleur is holding his hand too much? Do you think he's not letting it rip? Do you think Matt's just conservative sometimes in general? Like I do want to talk about that a little bit actually, because obviously this offseason there's so much heat on that. I do notice that when I'm watching games, sometimes it just seems like there is that switch up a little bit. Like I said, even the Dallas game or just any of those certain games, it just seems like Matt's cooking and they're just like, and then there's other times it's like, what happened? The Browns game, for example. I know they're playing, the Browns have a really good defense, but there's no reason we shouldn't have beat their ass. I mean, yeah, we lost on a blocked field goal, which I'm not going to get into how we're plagued with special teams. Rich Bisaccia's got to go. I mean, no offense to him, but it's just time, bro. This team stays healthy next year, they're the best team in the NFL. I truly believe that. I think they have the deepest roster. The only thing people would argue is our wide receiver room. But we're still all around the most complete roster in the NFL, 100%. Between O line, D line, especially with Micah Parsons, because like before, the only thing was like the defense. People are like, they need more playmakers. They need a field tilter. You know what I mean? All of that. We got that now, bro. We got that now. We got that in the back end. We have awesome safeties. Xavier McKinney is a top five safety in the league, top six. Fine. Evan Williams was awesome. I don't care what anyone says. He's great in coverage. He led this team with 3 interceptions this year. He got 100 tackles this year. At 89 on defense and 11 on special teams. 100 tackles already. That's a steal in the fourth round. A steal in the fourth round. Javon Bullard was awesome as well this year. Both of them stepped up big time. They took that next step and they both looked great. Javon Bullard allowed 0 touchdowns against him in coverage this year. He's a tackling machine. He had 83 tackles this year. He's a ferocious tackler. He's great in the nickel position. He was second in the NFL for all defensive backs with 175 plus snaps in yards allowed per coverage snap. It was 0.65. That's insane, dude. He was a second rounder, but still, all of our safeties are just awesome, man. Between McKinney, Evan Williams, biggest steal in the fourth round since Bakhtiari, Javon Bullard. This team's in good hands, man. They just need to get a corner, a bigger D tackle, and this team's ready to go win a Super Bowl, man. But thank you so much for being here and allowing me to be a part of your day. This is episode 3 of 1265 Unfiltered. Follow us on the socials, Instagram, TikTok, 1265 Unfiltered. Off the Scoreboard Show on Instagram and on TikTok, OTS Show on TikTok. Follow us on YouTube, 1265 Unfiltered. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your day. Have a great one. Thank you.